All right. So, how are you, everybody? Great to see you. Well, let's scoop. Let's spill some tea, shall we? So, I did a reading earlier on the no contract. What's the BS with all that? So that's pretty interesting. So check out my videos on that particular subject. And I think today we're to do what's the secret? What needs to be said? What's hidden underneath that we don't know? Okay, I'm going to start with Steampunk deck, and I'll show the cards. I will have other versions, other cameras, so that you can actually see the cards as I spread them out. I will be doing Celtic readings today, and I'm LeeleeQ from the Nine of Cups. Okay, now I've shuffled the cards. Oopsies, I blessed the cards. What's trying to come out here? I'm going to Queen of Wands. It's interesting because we're about to get into that season. So there's somebody out there that's creative, very creative, family oriented, and let's see what else what does Spirit want to tell us today? Spirit, what's the story that we need to be told today? The star. Okay, beautiful star. The star talks about optimism, hope, faith. Really important about faith. Okay. The Emperor, okay? Get upside down, though. So someone is not, manning up. A masculine-esque person is not manning up or is not taking responsibilities because they're really under a lot of pressure with these 10 of Wands here, okay? And the best part is that it's finally coming to that completion point. You're almost at the crest of the mountain. And then the 9 of Wands is where, you can't... You need to have replacements, but there's no one there to replace you. You gotta play for the whole team. Okay, and the other one is 5 of Swords upside down. There's at least a lessening of arguing. So maybe somebody's been fighting up with this Queen of Wands. Now I'm picking up a mother-like scenario. And is this person in the way, or is this the collective? Let's find out, shall we? Is it the collective, this Queen of Wands? No. Wow, Knight of Swords, someone that's been impulsive, even hiding, reversed. The Empress reverse. So someone's, whoever this Queen of Wands, she may not be showing up appropriately and correctly. So that can happen sometimes. Usually when the Queen of Wands is reversed, sort of like the Queen of Swords reversed. Queen of Wands refers to your fire signs, your Sages, your Leos, your Aries, okay? They can be feisty too. But she's right side up, and I was getting more of a regal, but being that the Empress is reversed, maybe her strength or her power level is being diminished a bit. And we will discover and learn more about that. And then we have, interesting. For those of you that in the business career, 6 of Wands. Okay, 6 of Wands. So there's going to be at least some great news coming in briefly to help define your roles. You'll be, accolades. Maybe a post of yours goes viral. Okay, now. What would that significant other, the person that's really on your mind, if they could spell and really tell you what the truth is? I hope everyone had a great Friday night. I'm recording this on Saturday, the 21st of February. And of course, and while these are timeless readings, sometimes just things hit the point. Okay, what a Spirit. You're so special. You mean the world to me. Sorry, you millennials, Earth sign, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus is around this scenario. You make me feel like an open book. I can't hide my love for you anymore. Hey, if they could tell you this, with this being completely out in the open. Aw, you're my true soulmate. I love you truly. Now, this deck has got 5 different themes, so far it's going good, okay? And I shuffled and reviewed this times. I see you as high value. Someone's gonna love you. I want to invest in both in us. They, see, I told you, here comes spilling. They're about to tell you everything. Nothing will be hidden anymore. Freedom and friendship will be the result. Freedom of feelings will be the result, which means they're really gonna be able to start to open up. We're gonna verify when and how shortly, and when we do certain other decks, I'll be able to point out some numbers. I'll tell you things that might make you dislike me. I don't want to ruin it between us. Well, I don't want to ruin it between you two. Okay, now Let's find out why. We're going to use the Hidden Oracle deck, which is always a fan favorite. Okay, the lighting here is horrible. My bad, sorry. Okay, now I also read these in reversals too, which helps to strengthen the message here as we spill the beans. You came closer than anyone, and I think what this means actually in this case is that you were able to tap an inner side of your special person in a way no one has ever done. And sometimes, especially if it's the person that you're interested in, or that you're in a relationship with, that you fancy, old school Victorian term, if they're an avoidant, or it makes someone feel very exposed, because sometimes, especially since the pandemic, there's a whole generation of people who have a lower level of emotional intelligence. In other words, they can't tap, or more importantly, express their feelings without being disproportionate to what the actual issue or scenario is at hand. For example, like with a narcissist, like a covert narcissist. Yeah, we'll just say your regular generic narcissist, because there's so many different kinds. There could be someone who you just broke their favorite cup. Well, man, you would have thought it's World War III. That cup meant everything, but you know what? They have like over 20 mugs, all mismatched, and each one of them is their favorite. But they decided, and of course, they've allowed you to use this one particular mug, which by chance spilled by accident and broke the handle off. You could have, hurt yourself. Obviously, you're cleaning it up, but sometimes when you get close to somebody, and especially in the meaning of this particular card in the Hidden Oracle deck, it's really talking about how you were able to get closer emotionally, but that can also make somebody really withdraw quickly, because they're not used to one being exposed like that, or that they hide themselves so well behind their many masks that they may not even realize that they were showing a mask by their behaviors. Now maybe, you're smart, you're intuitive, of course you are, Well, you like to read the tarot, watch the tarot. Now, I think if for those of them that left, they ghosted before you could leave them. All right, their fear of rejection. I'm really picking up now and avoided here, possibly a fearful avoidant. Okay, where by getting close to the emotional level, there's a lot of pullback. Okay, because remember, we're spilling the tea here. What would they say if they had the chance? They love you. Okay, but it came in reverse. Okay. They love you, but they're insecure to tell you this, and they in fact may be insecure. Like, is this a similar theme to the earlier reading I did today? They're like, is this lust, or do I really love him? Because what I'm feeling is so different than anything else. I don't know what to do about it. I've never really felt this, especially since it seems so different, and you're looking for a healthy relationship. They may see your non-toxic ways as actually completely off the rails, because they're so used to toxicity. That's why they keep going back to the connection. We all know that friend. Like, why do they keep going out? People, they know it's the same type of person, that same kind of crappy ass characteristics that always lets your friend down. And it may be that this friend of yours, as an example, I'm using as an analogy here, is they go with what's familiar, okay? Because it is scary to try something new, okay? But you grow by walking through the new. If you want to heal, you got to go through the fields. And believe me, when you do, sky's the limit. It really opens up your world to understanding humanity, how people connect, and more importantly, having empathy for others, right? When I meet people, I try to see God in everyone, even though crappy ones. I'm like, there's a lesson for me to learn here, and for those that you really can't, say you got a really nasty boss, you're like, well, he has pets and you do too. Well, I can respect him because I see that he really cares for that pet. Okay, so there's ways to be able to flip the switch a little bit in your mind to sort of help soften the blow, or even your comment, which is possibly triggering to the avoidant, when you're not necessarily trying to trigger them any. In fact, you're trying to have them open up. But sometimes you're oversharing. I'm picking up spirits trying to tell me here that it may be disparaging for them because they're not used to this. They're expecting Well, I haven't called them, and I'm waiting for, like, the shoe to drop because it seems like really too good. They're so unused to, like, it being even better than good that it may should be freaking them out. So let's see why. So they have a fear that they are not the right one for you, okay? And they're almost even trying to tell themselves or even show an example such as, like, maybe not calling you back, not reaching out, typical ghosting, avoidant behavior to actually demonstrate, see, I told you I'm not the one for you, and maybe that could be for 3 reasons. Number 1, they don't want to do the work. 2, they're so overexposed emotionally and trying to deal with what is this really what I'm thinking it is? Because I haven't felt like this since grade school. And that was, puppy love, right? But they want you, baby. They want you so much. Okay? They really do. See, now, they may have it. Now, you may be dating somebody or hanging out with another person, but it shows here that they freaked out and walked away thinking, that maybe you were already with somebody. Again, reinforcing their own belief that they may not be worthy of love. When in fact, every single person, including the crappy ass boss, everybody's worthy of love, including the avoidant, including the person, the runner. Now, they need to stop running from their emotions, and we can work on a different reading on how to address all that. But you know what? They are open. They want to really feel that way again. They love the connection between you two. They really did. And they still do. So don't forget that and keep that in mind as you move forward. Wow, baby. Hubba hubba. They are so attracted to you. They really are. You're the cat's meow. They love you head to tail, front to back. Now, here it says in the past tense here, you were the best thing in my life. Now, this is already like they're in the reflection point as if like it's all over. But again, I'm really picking up against Rejection, trying to tap in. Yeah, LeeleeQ. It's their insecurities, okay? Because they really love you. It's just I think they need to learn that it's okay to love people and not to be scared to be vulnerable. No one likes to get hurt, believe you me. Now, there's a particular day or event that they got to share with you. They repeat that almost ad nauseum, okay? Ruminate over and over and over. They know every single detail, and there's something about that particular event. Could have been a date, an outing, something that you said that really resonated and made them feel so special and so different than anyone else had made them feel. And that is the key for you to be your authentic self, okay? Because you obviously were when you were with them for this event. They fully know that they crossed the line with you. Now, it came reversed, so I have a feeling they're going to, not only do they want to admit to this when they get the chance and the strength and the balls, frankly, to approach you, but they are certainly going to try. And now, again, they're trying, I feel like they're diffusing it. It says here, and it came in reverse. I know I was a distraction from your pain, okay? Now, but reversed, I think a couple things happened. One, they caused you further pain than you would ever even imagine. Number 2, they may not even know what you're even thinking. So let's, verify that. And again, it's almost as if they're playing the victim here, okay? Which runners can do, people who are avoidants, they may play the victim. One is learned behavior. Like, well, if I play the victim, then they'll feel sorry for me because that's how I can only connect. But there's other ways to express one's feelings without necessarily overly putting yourself and your heart on your sleeve and everything rocking and rolling. You can say, I got nervous. What you said really touched points to me that I hadn't even thought about. And I'm still learning to love myself and to know that I am worthy of love. I am worthy of authentic love. So of course that's what you're wanting. And that's of course what you want. That's of course what you should have. I cannot speak today. More remuneration. They cannot stop thinking about you. Again, it came in reverse. I know I messed up everything. Now, when it's reversed, again, it's not only do they know, but it's to the point where I think they're coming, especially as we get past Aries and we go into Taurus. Yeah, we're going to Taurus. No, or Pisces. March, Pisces. And we have 3 planets in Pisces right now. The sun is in Pisces, of course, because we just started the Pisces seasons till March 20th. We have Mercury in Pisces, so a lot of activity there. That's until the middle of April. Venus is in Pisces, which means emotions are finally starting to come up to the surfaces. And interesting enough, Venus has been in Pisces for a couple of weeks or 11 days, and will be in till March the 6th. And so this is stirring up all sorts of emotions that have not been tapped. So if the people that are out there, they're like, what is going on? And we just had eclipse season, eclipse the other day. Yeah, they are really thinking all the different things that you said and the conversations you both have had. If you've said, I need a sip of water. If you've had shared texts, conversations, phone calls, they're rereading them. Okay, they really admire you. I want you to know that. This came reversed, so they're getting their balls back, babe. I am afraid to contact you, but it came in reverse. So again, now that emotions are really starting to, they're almost, as I said, it's almost like that 10 of Wands that we opened up. They're right at that point where they're like, it's almost like, when we get to the Alps, to the top of the Alps, it's all downhill skiing. Now here, they're acknowledging, it not only was it their fault for things going sour for a hot minute, and they tried to play the victim. Maybe they were like, hey, did you hear from that person? How did I hear from them? When in fact, actually, no, they didn't hear from you. You didn't hear from them, but yet they flipped the script. And that's, again, a way of transferring blame versus I take ownership of what I did to maybe fudge things up. Okay to be honest really helps. It helps open communication, which is one of the reasons why I'm about to release on Kickstarter. Really thrilled. In early March is my Snarky Tarot deck series, and it will be a total of 7 different decks, one for each of the chakra. The first series is 3 decks: the throat chakra, the crown chakra, and the root chakra, which is the red flags Snarky Tarot deck. And all of this is about language that one can use to identify, understand what may be language that is ableist, which is and inappropriate in 2026 and beyond, as well as learning things that one can say when someone is saying something to you, whether it's benevolent or not, or malevolent. Or so maybe they're like, let me be, a negative Nancy. Sorry, and I have dear Nancy friends, so I'm sorry, just using some alliteration there. So but here they are, they're waiting to hear a sign from you. And what I would do is actually suggest in your prayers and your manifestations and intentions is to pray for your person, your special person, to listen to the universe and the signs that are surrounding them. Maybe there's distance between you two a little bit for now. Maybe not, but distance in terms of space, miles or kilometers, right? And let them see the signs of the universe so they can actually really connect with their true feelings. Because frankly, you want someone to be authentic for you. You want them to man up, as the Emperor reverse suggested that they were not doing in the beginning. But you know what? There's a little part of them. They know you two are going to be together again. They just know it. Now, don't waste the time there. For those that are cross watchers, definitely. Now, let us, last but not least, let's go to, I always forget the name of this deck. This is the romance deck that has all those beautiful romantic feelings. They really want to show you a side to themselves, but they're just starting to connect with it again. And there may have been a period of time for them that they've kept things very superficial. Let us see what is going on and what Spirit has to say in the romance department as we spill the tea. So, healing family issues. So some of their behavior actually stems from how they were raised. And this is sort of the time where you and them are learning to break family curses or family ways of doing things, okay? And which is one of the, again, let's sort of talk about that all in the Snarky Tarot decks that I'm doing. playfulness. It says to open up your playfulness, okay? It doesn't have to be completely serious. Oh my God, so boring. Lighten up, okay? You don't have to talk marriage on the first date. My God, okay? Children. Now, two things. One could be when if you have children may be part of this scenario in terms of wanting to combine families or to begin a family even, and also even suggest to, along with the playfulness, be like that Six of Cups, be like a child again where there was puppy love, not blind love, okay? Like through rose-colored glasses, like with the moon card, okay? And more forgiving and learning, okay? So forgiving each other, forgiving yourself, super, super, super asking for it. Give your relationship a chance, all right? It is really worth, and again, we pulled the star card before, so it's really about keeping that faith in knowing that the universe is aligning with you in perfect timing, which is, it's hard when you're anxious. And again, if you remember, if you keep like, oh, they haven't called me, well, you know what? You're literally telling the universe they're not calling it, versus having attention of, and as if it's already happened. It's sort of your law of attraction, staple statement of feel whatever you'd like to have happen in your life. Say it repeatedly to yourself as if it's already there, okay? I still love how they reach out to me just when they know when I get home from work, I like the 20 minutes of just calm down, but they reach out to see that I'm okay. Do I have food in the fridge? Okay. Making that part up, but my point is to state your manifestations and your prayers in a way and show gratitude. That is so, so utterly important, okay? I have an essential oil blend on my website that I created. It's called Grateful Abundance, and it's using a variety of essential oils, all certified organic. I resource from mountain rose herbs, the raw ingredients, and then I mix here, and then I sell mostly wholesale now. Some of you know the shop that I had back in Beacon, New York, back in the day, and very soon. So again, the more you say that it's already here, the faster it's going to come. Bam. Okay. Now, let us do something special. And I might have to bring out and I've not used this deck before. And this is the Gem Oracle cards. And I'm going to pull a card from this deck, and I may have to read my glasses so I can read it. Okay. And if I've not mentioned, I'm LeeleeQ. I offer private readings available at the9ofcups.com. And there's a whole bunch of articles and relationship tips and much more, along with crystal jewelry, products that are handcrafted in-house. This is not white labeling. We actually mix hand-poured candles, all the best. That Grateful Abundance is available in lotion, sprays. The essential oil blend I adore. It actually helps one's being and soul, besides smelling great, and a little bit of lemongrass, a little bit of peppermint, which is so subtle, but it adds a little freshness to it. And then there's some grounding essential oils in there, and it helps for one to be grateful for the abundance that is. So instead of pointing out what you don't have or what you lack, that's scarcity mindset, you flip the script. I'm abundant in all things. Good things are coming to me. The person that's worthy of my love that I wish to give, they're right there. They're right before me. And so envision things like that, okay? But that's just one blend that I do for said manifestation and for when you're exercising and meditating, as well as a lot of businesses actually order it because it smells great in the shop when people come to visit. Rock crystal, number 15 and 2. This almost looks like a citrine, okay? Nope, now that I see it in the light. Clear quartz crystal. Okay, well, this is like the blank rune card, okay? The rock crystal, the clear quartz, allows you to have a clear mind. It's wonderful actually, it's a great stone in your little set of crystals there, that if you're missing a stone, if you're doing a particular, let's say, prosperity stone set, which is emerald or emerald, citrine, and clear quartz, it will double. Okay, so let me do a different connection here. How about labradorite? Labradorite. Oh my God, I've not said these crystal names out. I just grab them in my shop and and packed with stuff. And it's been a while since I've spoken publicly, so thank you. I appreciate your patience with me as I pronounce and misstumble my own words. And no problem there. The neat part, this is awesome too. So if you have sodalite or labradorite, where it's a great, those are two great for achieving your goals. And let's say, well, I don't have one of them. You can actually add a clear quartz as a substitute, and it will do just fine. Okay. Now, next card comes up. Hematite. Now, hematite is that wonderful. You'll sometimes get the magnetic hematite, which is great too for those people that like to wear magnetic-related jewelry. Hematite is a beautiful. It looks green here because of that green background, but it's a black stone, and all the black stones, basically all the crystal stones, definitely offer protection. So I'm suggesting not to wear black, but to wear black, in stones. So in fact, I remember one time in my shop, a whole bunch of new stones came in. I cleansed them, and then I blessed them for the people that did the work in and mining them, which is extremely important. Please understand where you source your crystals, and offer gratitude for those that have gone into small areas to grab them. So a whole other story for another day there. And the hematite helps to dispel, sort of like the Hamsa sign, it helps to dispel the negativity of people trying to throw shade your way, okay? And so one time at the shop, I got a whole bunch of stuff. I'm like, oh, hematite, oh, amethyst for healing, and oh, citrine. And I, those like girls, I got some tatas here, and I put them in my bra. And I had at the time an underwire bra on. Now, throughout my day, maybe I'm sweeping the shop, stone falls out from underneath the bra. Okay, oh, I heard it, fine. I go home, okay? Now, and I've been walking on hard surfaces all day. I get home, time to get to bed, take the clothes off, and I already have the one stone that fell out. I'm like, okay, I no longer need that. It's done its duties for the day. The clear quartz was still there, but the third stone, whatever I just mentioned, whichever one, was missing. I'm like, where'd it go? I didn't hear it drop. What the fluff? What the fluff? Another sandwich? And I was like, did my body absorb it? Who knows? Still to this day, do not know what happened there. And that shop had ghosts. Oh my gosh. If you want to hear some ghost stories, please let me know in the comment section. I love all that stuff. And let's see, one last card here for the stones that will be. Oh, this is really interesting. Black tourmaline. So this is black and white. 2 black, 1 white. So these are now 2 stones for protection. So there's your sign right there. So this will help for any people that may be jealous, or whether it's your coworkers that just have no clue how much harder you work than them. All they see is that you're always getting results. Well, do you put in 12-hour days? No, they don't. They take an hour and a half for lunch. Oh, tisk. And last but not least, green fluorite. A beautiful card to bring in. And take a look at these numbers too. The 12, which enumerates to number 3. We have Pisces sign here. You can see on the side of the third. Green fluorite is a wonderful card for clarity, psychic abilities, improving of that. The black tourmaline, number 30, again, and number 3. I believe that is Leo. Not too sure. And what are the other ones? Hematite 6, so 3, 6. Interesting. Okay. And the clear crystal, enumerates to 6 as well. The 15, 1 plus 5 equals 6. So 6 and 3, 6, 9. These are very awesome numbers, very synchronous in terms of energy, megahertz, all that sort of good stuff. Over at the Heart and Soul Apothecary channel, I have meditations. So if you're interested in listening to certain meditations to help your law of attraction, to get to sleep, fall asleep, all sorts of things, you can head over there. I'll probably put the link in the description someplace. And last but not least, what should we do? Okay, let's see. Let's get some clarification lastly, because we're spilling the tea here, why you need to have those black crystals. Now, you don't have to use them from me by any means. Go to your local crystal store. check a look on Etsy. Take a look. Maybe you even have something that's like that, okay? It doesn't have to be a big stone. Be a teeny little pebble, okay? Even a black stone outside, okay? Just make sure it's on public land. You don't want to sort of steal dirt from someone's property without their permission, okay? And stones would be technically that dirt. Okay, now we're going to find out who and under what circumstances using the answer deck, which are these teeny little cards, but they're very simple illustrations, and they definitely show some intrigue. Wow, I'm going to pull some out here to get some clarification of what you need to protect yourself from. Okay, first card. Oopsie. Frustration. So somebody's been frustrated, okay? These black stones, just wear them for a week or wear like me until they sort of disappear. Okay. And then, at the end of your night, feel free to put them at your bedside. Some people like to put them in a little sachet, little baggie, and put it underneath their pillow. Another way to do this. Okay. This reversed. Can't read it when it's not right side up. There you go. The jealousy. And you're going to learn who's been acting jealous. Okay, that's when it's reversed. These stones are going to help clear your mind, help support your train of thought, what you're trying to aim for, while protecting you from energies that are just not aligning with the goodness that it resides in you. Now, here's what's interesting. Friend. So there may be, and this came the right side up, so there are good friends around you. This will actually also help you make sure that the friends that are with you are actually with you, not against you, okay? Well, their last few cards on the spill of the tea tarot today is happiness. But notice this, black, wow, I didn't just realize that. Remember I told you, like, simple illustrations? Look at the colors of the cards. Look at the color of the cards, black and white. And we've had 2 black, 1 white, and here we have 2 symbols of a dog, which is usually loyalty, and a young person here who, just because of the silhouette, black color against a sunny and the dog is happy, jumping up, little looks like almost like a little Scotty with its square snout. And this legal, it's hard to say, wisdom. Okay, so this will also help, especially with the green fluorite. Was it tourmaline? It was the second one that I mentioned before that was connected with Pisces, which sort of surprised me. I would have thought a different stone would be related to horoscopes of Pisces. And all water sign. So you're a Scorpio, and Cancer. Okay, and especially since emotions are represented by the water signs, and with 3-4 planets right now, like right now, in water signs. 3 in Pisces, right there. Another one in Cancer, it's Jupiter is in Cancer until June 20th. So there's that. Okay. Now, you're going to gain wisdom by doing some of this. Now, I don't have the money to go, okay, as I said, you could actually, if you have to, you could maybe do a screenshot of these stones, find an image online, and create a little montage for you so that it's on your picture of my dog, for example, on your lock screen, so that every time you see it, it's sort of protecting you there. And last but not least, this is also going to protect you from loss. Who doesn't want to be protected from any loss? So that is that for today. Also, any new subscribers this week from any of my videos, I'm going to put them all in a little poll and do that one of like little lottery things. And I will be selecting 3 people from any of the videos that I do this week up until the 26th for next Friday at 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I'm LeeleeQ from the 9 of Cups. I hope you have a fantastic rest of the weekend. Definitely do it up. Sleep in tomorrow if you can. And thank you for being here. I had so much fun diving in, spilling a little tea, finding out what needs to be protected, telling you why you need to be protected and how it can protect you using the Crystal Oracle deck, which was a lot of fun today. And next time I'll have my eyeballs on so I could read some of the additional meanings from the book that comes with that particular deck. And I will probably be choosing one a month person to get a early version of one of these Snarky tarot decks being released on Kickstarter, and you'll learn all about those details. Feel free to check out the website for all sorts of things, new things being added all the time. And I hope you had a great time. I did. And I thank you. I love you. See you soon. Mwah. Remember, they love you, they love you, they love you. And you love them right back, don't you? Wait for them. They're coming around.